I live in Canberra, Australia's most soulless city. Most people here would agree with that without too much argument. There's honestly not much to do here, even at the best of times. So I started wondering, is there anything worth waking up for early in this city? Will I see something unexpected? Or is it just as dead as any other time? So I set my alarm for 5:30 and I went to find out. Today I'm heading to 4 different spots across the city. The goal is to see, is there any life to this city at this hour? And what food can I even get at 6 AM in a city without that many options to begin with? Let's go. Our first location, the premier 6 AM Canberra breakfast spot, 7-Eleven. You know what? This is probably the most lively place in the city at this time. And you know what happened when I was in line? Some guy was just standing there paying for everyone's food. When I asked him why, he was just like, I have too much money. Hey, I won't say no to that. Anyway, the curry rice bowl was pretty good. But instead of eating the second one like a sad little boy in the car, I wanted to go see if Mount Ainslie Lookout, our second location today, had any life. Surely there'll be people around, right? But surely enough, this is what I got. I had the place all to myself. Okay, time for the second rice ball review. They always wrap these things up like a mummy. Honestly, it's a very humbling experience to try and open one. Alright, this is better than the curry one, honestly. I mean, you can't really compare it to Japan, but it's not bad. I started to hear people's voices climbing up the mountain. But you know what? Those rice balls have made me thirsty, so it's time to go to the third location of today. So I'm heading to Dixon, which is basically Canberra's unofficial Chinatown. Surely if anywhere in Canberra has life at this time, it's there. Now I bet you're wondering why the heck there's a Jackie Chan mural here. Well, did you know that Jackie Chan actually used to live in Canberra? Apparently he worked as a labourer here, and one of his workmates couldn't pronounce his Chinese name, so he just called him Jackie. And that's where the name comes from. Not from Hong Kong, not from Hollywood. From a construction site here in Canberra. How about that? Apparently even his parents owned a restaurant in Dixon, and his dad was a chef at the US Embassy. Fun fact, right? This is actually one of the main strips of Dixon. It's the Chinatown part, and it pretty much has the most Chinese restaurants per square metre of anywhere in Canberra. They generally celebrate Lunar New Year here every year. And they've actually renovated this section recently, so this little spot in particular is actually pretty nice. I'm actually a monkey in the Chinese zodiac. It's pretty good that they're making an effort to revitalise the place. This statue of Confucius was added recently. I think it's a pretty nice touch. The renovations to this area are being done pretty unevenly though, and some parts look pretty much stuck in the 80s, as you'll see in a minute. As with a lot of places in Canberra, a lot of these shops have just shut down and are boarded up now. This is actually one of my favourite restaurants in the whole city. Seriously, the hand-pulled noodles here are very good. This is a pretty good barbecue spot as well. I think it's fairly well known within Canberra. So this is the area near the Woolworths and Coles, and it's honestly the dodgiest part of the suburb. It really feels like this place hasn't changed in the last 40 years. You'll get some interesting individuals hanging around at all times of the night and day. But fortunately, it seems like those individuals haven't woken up yet, and it is completely dead still. This cafe on my left is actually pretty good though. It's a little refuge from the griminess here. Alright, enough of this. Time to escape to a nice cafe nearby. Let's see if there's any life there. This is the newer part of the suburb, as you can probably tell. Right here is one of my favourite Korean cafes. The selection's actually pretty good by Canberra standards. Although it is almost double the prices of Sydney, but hey, it's the Canberra tax. I was very tempted, but the rice balls weighed heavily on the stomach, so I decided to abstain and instead order a chocolate matcha latte. Although the cafe seemed to be proving my theory correct that the city is dead at this time, I did actually enjoy this little stop. I had the whole cafe to myself. It was pretty chill, honestly. As for the drink, it was alright. I've had better ones from this place, but it looked pretty cool, I guess. I'll give it a pity thumbs up, why not? One place that always seems to be busy night or day in Canberra though is fast food places. Let's go test that theory right now, at our fourth and final location, Hungry Jack's. There's also a Hungry Jack's menu item which in my opinion is completely absurd, which of course means I have to try it, so let's go. And when I got inside, it was completely dead. The drive-thru was pumping though, classic. It took like 20 minutes for my order to go through because, as I said, people here love their trash food. I mean, not that I can judge, I'm here too right now. So I'm gonna go find a spot to eat my shame somewhere near the lake. This particular menu item has been on the back of my mind for weeks. I'll give you a hint as to what it is. It usually costs more than $20 at fancy cafes. Time for the grand reveal. French toast. And while there were no people around, there were seagulls waiting to strike and steal my toast. It's a little bit fancy, isn't it? Do I have high expectations? Hell no I don't, but I just love novelty menu items. Let's get it all gooey. Look, it's not bad. It's not oily like some French toast is, and the portion's pretty good for a light snack. It had a good cinnamon aroma, and the syrup was extremely generous. What am I doing with my life? Okay, it seems like it's just me and the seagulls here. So, is there anything worth waking up for in this city? Well, yeah, maybe. I did have a lot of places to myself. The French toast was pretty good, but technically you can get that anytime during breakfast hours. I guess to answer the question, if you like avoiding people, it's worth waking up at 6 AM. Otherwise, I don't know if I'd recommend it, but I'm still probably going to do it next weekend.